Hey guys, what's up? This is Chrissy with Everyday Tidbits. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have 3 easy air fryer recipes for you. Before each recipe, there is a list of ingredients so that you can take a screenshot and save it for later. The first recipe I have for you is chicken fajitas, and these were so delicious. We're going to start by cutting up our vegetables. I have 1 red onion that I'm going to cut into thick slices, and then I have 3 bell peppers, which I'm going to do the same. If you have not already, I would really love for you to hit that subscribe button down below and hit the bell notification so that you're notified every time I post, and follow me on Instagram at everyday_tidbits because I would love for you to be a part of my social media family. This recipe is so easy to make and it's relatively inexpensive because it only uses a few ingredients. My daughter actually rated this an 8 out of 10, and that's saying a lot coming from a kid, so you have to know that this is really delicious. The next step is to cut your chicken breasts into strips, and what I did was I cut these chicken breasts in half and then I cut them into strips after that. Next step is to add a little bit of olive oil into the bowl and all of your seasonings, and then give it a good toss. I had bought this chicken taco seasoning in the store, and when I tasted it, it was a little bit spicy, so I only added a little bit. But then I substituted in some seasoning salt, cumin, and smoked paprika, and that was the perfect combination. Next, we're going to preheat our air fryer, and when it's done preheating, you're going to add the chicken mixture into the basket and then cook at 390 for about 25 minutes. And you're going to want to stir frequently in between. I wound up stirring about every 5 to 8 minutes, and that just helps the chicken cook evenly. While my fajitas were cooking, I toasted up some tortillas over my stovetop. When you do this, guys, just be careful. They cook very quickly, so do not leave this unattended because they will catch on fire. And here's what they look like when they're done. They were so delicious. I wound up serving this with some guacamole and sour cream and Goya Mexican rice, and it was a big hit in my house. The next recipe is steak and potatoes. The first thing we're going to do is bring a pot of salted water to boil, and we're going to cut our potatoes in half. We're going to boil our potatoes for about 5 minutes, just until they're fork tender, and then we're going to drain them and add them to a bowl. Cut your steak into bite-sized pieces, trimming off all the fat. Preheat your air fryer, and I lined mine with tinfoil to make easy cleanup. Combine your steak, potatoes, Worcestershire sauce, melted butter, seasonings, and give it a good toss. Add the mixture to your air fryer and cook at 400 degrees for about 10 to 18 minutes, depending on how well done you like your steak, and stir about halfway in between. And here's what it looks like when it was done. It smelled delicious and it tasted so good. And I got a 9 out of 10 rating from my daughter. She loved it. We served it with broccoli because we love broccoli in this house, and we have broccoli with almost everything, and it was just perfect. The next recipe I have for you is garlic Parmesan shrimp, and I have to say this was so good. We're going to start out by making a marinade for our shrimp, and that includes 6 cloves of garlic, the juice from 1 lemon, salt, pepper, and a little bit of olive oil. There is an optional ingredient of adding some parsley or cilantro as well. I chose to use parsley. I did not have fresh parsley, but the dried parsley worked just fine. So I did add a little bit of parsley in mine. Mix everything well together and then cover it with tinfoil, put it in your refrigerator, and marinate it for 1 to 3 hours. Preheat your air fryer, and while it is preheating, you're going to add a half a cup of Parmesan cheese to your shrimp mixture and give it a good mix. Add your shrimp to the basket and cook it at 350 for 10 minutes, stirring once in between. Here's what it looks like when it's done. I cannot explain to you just how good this tasted. Next time I make this, I'm going to double the recipe and double the marinade so that I can serve it over pasta, and I think that would be perfection. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your support. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit the bell notification so that you're notified every time I post, and follow me over there on Instagram at everyday_tidbits, because I would love for you to be a part of my YouTube and Instagram family. I hope everyone is being safe, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye guys.